be affected if there were no more coral reefs?
Yes.
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 Yeah, I'd say so.
Are coral reefs dying a problem?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, I think yes. Yeah, I think it's a pretty big problem.
Does climate change have an effect on coral reefs?
Yes, 100%. I know that we really need to make an effort to save coral because they have a big effect on us.
Would you be affected if there were no more coral reefs?
No.
Coral reefs are considered the rainforests of the ocean. They contain 25% of all aquatic species while covering only 1% of the ocean. 2 million species reside in coral reefs. People rely on these structures as a source of food and stability, and their value is nearly $30 billion US. Coral reefs also act as natural barriers against hurricanes, tsunamis, and typhoons, and they're many people's first line of defense against flooding. Coral reefs are dying. Why are they dying? Because of humans. Humans are overfishing, polluting, warming and changing ocean chemistry, and introducing invasive species which harm the coral and introduce coral bleaching.
Biodiversity is the variety of life in the world or in a particular habitat or ecosystem, which includes diversity within species and between species and ecosystems. Tropical regions have the most biodiversity, temperate regions have less, and regions with colder, dry conditions have the least. The closer to the equator, the more biodiversity the area has. There are 40,000 different species that live in the Amazon rainforest, 2,800 in Quebec. Pacific and Indian Oceans are the most diverse marine ecosystems. Cold climates have less biodiversity because there is less food available to them. All species are interconnected. This means that the less biodiversity there is, the connection between species weakens. Ecosystems with more biodiversity are stronger and more resistant to disease. Without biodiversity, organism gene pool shrinks. Many industries, such as medical and pharmaceutical industries, rely on plant biodiversity. Biodiversity around the world has decreased dramatically. Humans have changed the natural process of extinction and evolution.
Yes. Obviously. Coral reefs provide the majority of fish and fisheries in this world. The loss of coral reefs, especially in the South China Sea and Indonesia, is affecting global fish supply. Duh. Everybody knows that.
Does climate change affect coral reefs?
Yes. Do you need me to explain more?
If you
Yes.
want to, yeah.
Okay, ocean acidification is the reason that a lot of coral's dying. And also...
Increase in water temperature leads to coral bleaching.
Yep. And a lot of the coral is dying, and that's affecting the biodiversity of the reefs as well. Because a lot of the fish are not able to then eat the coral or the algae on the coral, which is their main source of
Reefs
food.
are some of the most diverse ecosystems in the world.
Yeah, and although they account for, I think it's less than 10% of our actual the face of our Earth, they hold 30% of the biodiversity of the planet.
Succession is a process in which the structure of an area evolves over time. There are two types of successions: primary succession and secondary succession. Primary succession occurs in an environment that is in lack of plants and soil. For example, when lava flows and forms a new land, no species can be found because there is no nutrients in the area. Pioneer species like lichen or fungi are going to be the first group of species to arrive. Simultaneously, abiotic factors are going to change as well, like wind and water. The pioneer plants are later replaced by plants that are more suited in the area, like grasses and shrubs. The environment will be further altered by these plants, and more animals will come to the region. As time goes on, a brand new community will be formed and will keep expanding until it reaches climax.
Secondary succession, in contrast, happens in an area that has the capability to support living species. The environments of these areas are quickly altered by rapid disturbance, something like flood or forest fires. These disturbances will destroy plants and animal lives, and the original ecological communities is going to fail. However, because of the soil that is already existing, it doesn't take long before new plant species arrive, which means the process of secondary succession is mostly faster than the process of primary succession. The damage done to the coral reefs causes their population to decline. People can hardly see the sign of succession happening in the place where coral reefs live. However, succession is in fact happening to the coral reefs, but in a rather slow pace. The process is still ongoing as you are watching this video and will keep happening as time goes on. Perhaps one day, a few generations later, someone will be able to see a brand new ecological community in the ocean where the coral reefs used to be.
Would you be affected if there were no more coral reefs?
That is a tough question. I believe that I would be affected if there were no more coral reefs. Because coral reefs are beautiful, and they are great for pictures and calendars, and they are also great homes for fish. And we need to save the coral reefs because of those reasons that I just presented.